Greetings, new FY 2016 grantees, and welcome to the U.S. Department of Justice Office on Violence Against Women Legal Assistance for Victims Grantee Orientation. During this pre-recorded webinar, you will learn about the office and information specific to your LAV grant and some general information about the LAV TA providers. Let's begin. Just a reminder that this webinar has been pre-recorded, and if you have any additional questions, please feel free to email your program specialist directly or to the general LAV inbox, which is provided in this slide. 5 wonderful ladies staff the LAV unit. Thelma Bailey is our program assistant. Shannon Gaskins and Jan-Sheri are both program specialists. Regina Madison is a senior program specialist, and the lead is the associate director, Lauren Nasikas. The next few slides will provide a brief overview of the Legal Assistance for Victims Grant Program. For more details about the LAV program or other OVW programs, please feel free to visit us on the web at www.justice.gov/OVW. The next few slides will provide the grant assignments by state for each program specialist. Many of you have been in contact with a staff member from OVW's Grant Financial Management Division regarding a budget clearance. If revisions were required, please ensure that those revisions have been made according to the direction of the OVW financial analyst and submit those to our office. According to your special conditions, the grantee agrees to attend and participate in OVW-sponsored technical assistance. Technical assistance includes, but is not limited to, national and regional conferences, audio conferences, webinars, peer-to-peer consultations, and workshops conducted by OVW-designated technical assistance providers. Funds for training are available to all grantees prior to their official budget clearance. These funds are restricted for training and travel purposes expenses only. All awards were made as new for 2016, even if you had a current LAV award. Some may have had restrictions on their award that limits the implementation of multiple awards under the same program. If so, you will need to work with your assigned program specialist to get those special conditions and restrictions removed before you are able to draw down funds on your new award. All 2016 awards started on October 1st, 2016 and will end September 30th, 2019. In the event a grantee will need an extension, the grantee should notify their program specialist 90 days prior to the end date and submit a grant adjustment notice. Please ensure that your point of contact and authorized representative is up to date in the grants management system. OVW understands many new grantees have several questions associated with their grant. We have provided a few frequently asked questions that may assist you with this process. LAV service area may not always be limited to those proposed service area outlined in the application. Any victim of domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking, and dating violence can be provided legal services by your organization. However, there are some limitations on age that prohibit your LAV grant to provide legal services to victims under the age of 11. Just a reminder, LAV funds cannot be used towards transitional housing assistance for victims or funding used to provide rental assistance. At this time, guardian ad litem is not covered under the OVW LAV grant. If the court appoints it, the victim will need to seek additional resources to pay for those services. Grant funds should be limited to legal services for victims. If you are ever unsure of what funds can be used for, please refer to your award documents and special conditions, or feel free to contact your assigned program specialist for additional guidance. Is your grant projected to provide 51% or more sexual assault services to victims? If so, please be sure to review your special conditions regarding this service. If at any moment you believe that your percentage may be lowered, a written notification must be submitted to your OVW assigned program specialist requesting UN approval. Progress reports are due twice a year. The grantee agrees to submit semi-annual progress reports that describe project activities during the reporting period. Progress reports must be submitted within 30 days after the end date of the reporting periods, which are January 1st through June 30th and July 1st through December 31st for the duration of the award. Future awards may be withheld if progress reports are delinquent. Grantees are required to submit this information online. through the Grants Management System, GMS, on the semi-annual progress report for the relevant OVW grant programs. A final report, which provides a summary of the progress towards achieving the goals and objectives of the award, significant results, and any products developed under the award, is due 90 days after the end of the award. The final progress report should be submitted to the Office of Violence Against Women through the Grants Management System with the report type indicated as final. Financial reporting. The recipient agrees that it will submit quarterly financial status reports to OVW online at grants.ojp.usdoj.gov using the SF-425 Federal Financial Report Form, which is available at www.whitehouse.gov. No later than 30 days after the end of each calendar quarter. The final report shall be submitted no later than 90 days following the end of the award period. The grantee must notify their program specialist about any anticipated changes to the collaborating partner agencies or individuals who are signatories in the Memorandum of Understanding. As always, the victim's safety is top priority for OVW. The grantee should be aware of any activities that may compromise their safety and recovery. The grantee agrees to submit to OVW for review and approval case selection criteria used to select clients for grant-funded services. In addition, the grant recipient will submit to OVW for approval criteria for referral to attorneys who accept payment on a sliding scale along with fee schedule. These special condition requirements should be submitted to your assigned OVW program specialist via a GAN, and once approved, it will be released from your grant award. This slide provides details on the provisions compliance of 42 U.S.C. 13925B2 regarding confidentiality and information sharing. Please ensure that your project partners, subgrantees are aware of this provision. Confidentiality is an important aspect of providing legal assistance to victims. Please ensure that your protocols for storing personal identifying information about victims served with OVW funds are kept private and in a safe and secure manner. Grantees and subgrantees may not disclose personal identifying information about victims served with OVW funds unless written release, court order, or statutory requirements. This includes disclosure from partners to a state, including through the use of databases. Grantee and partners may share data in an aggregated manner. Releases need to be written, informed, and reasonably time-limited. Grantees may not require releases as a condition of service. As an FYI, prior approval is not needed for LAV-funded staff to attend LAV OVW-sponsored events and trainings. Funds allocated for OVW-sponsored technical assistance may not be used for any other purpose without prior approval by OVW. If you are planning to attend any of the LAV OVW-sponsored events or training, a GAN is not required. All LAV grantees are required to attend and participate in OVW-sponsored technical assistance. For more information on a list of OVW-sponsored events, please visit the website provided in this slide for OVW TA Calendar, TA Directory, and Library of TA Materials. This slide will highlight a few special conditions that grantees should pay close attention to. Continuing obligations to meet program eligibility requirements for grantees providing legal assistance. The grantee agrees that the legal assistance eligibility requirements as set forth below are continuing obligations on the part of the grantee. The legal assistance eligibility requirements are any person providing legal assistance through a program funded under this grant program has demonstrated expertise in providing legal assistance to victims of domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, or stalking in the target population, is partnered with entity or person that has demonstrated expertise described above, and has completed or will complete training in connection with domestic violence, stalking, or sexual assault and related legal services, including training on evidence-based risk factors for domestic and dating violence homicide, any training program conducted in satisfaction with the requirements of and has been or will be developed with input from and in collaboration with the state, local, territorial, or tribal domestic violence, dating violence, sexual assault, or stalking victim service provider, or coalition, as well as appropriate state, local, territorial, and tribal law enforcement officials. Any person or organization providing legal assistance to this program has informed and will continue to inform state, local, territorial, or tribal domestic violence, dating violence, stalking, or sexual assault programs and coalitions, as well as appropriate state and local law enforcement officials of their work, and the grantee's organizational policies do not require mediation or counseling involving offenders and victims physically together in cases where sexual assault, dating violence, domestic violence, stalking, or sexual abuse is an issue. Prohibitions on supporting a collaboration with Child Protective Services. The grantee agrees that grant funds will not be used to support collaboration with Child Protective Services or other activities related to the intersection of child abuse, protection services, or other activities related to the intersection of child abuse and intimate partner violence unless otherwise approved by the Office of Violence Against Women. Likewise, grantees shall not use grant funds to provide representation to child victims of sexual abuse where the jurisdiction child protection system provides the child with counsel or a guardian ad litem. Limit on pro bono services. The LAV purpose area states that no more than 10% of the funds awarded may be used for the purpose of pro bono legal assistance. This requirement only applies to the entire amount of the LAV grant program, not a specific award. Grantee assurance to provide a supervising attorney. The grantee agrees to provide regular and emergency attorney supervision for project attorneys practicing less than 5 years who are providing on-site legal assistance in non-legal settings. Mentoring and supervision is an important part of LAV grant. This ensures that each project partner attorney is receiving the proper supervision and mentoring. Staff attorneys with less than 5 years of direct legal service experience in domestic violence and sexual assault must have regular supervision from an experienced attorney with at least 5 years of direct domestic violence and or sexual assault legal services experience. Provided in the slide are the types of grant adjustment notifications, also known as GANs, that each grantee can request for the LAV grant. Additional GAN requests may be changed to point of contact, authorized, or financial representative. Budget modifications are required if your program proposes to make adjustments to your budget that totals more than 10% of your approved budget. Requests for a change of project period cannot be made more than 90 days prior to the project end date. A request should be made using your official letterhead providing an explanation of why your project is requesting to extend the end date and the amount remaining of the grant. Planning to attend a non-OVW sponsored event and want to use your technical assistance funds? Prior approval is needed from your OVW assigned program specialist. You will need to submit a Program Office Approval Grant Adjustment Notice, GAN, via the Grants Management System. Include a copy of the event's brochure, curriculum, and or agenda, a description of the host or trainers, and an estimate breakdown of costs. We ask that the request be made at least 20 days prior to registering for an event. Approval to attend non-OVW sponsored events will be considered on a case-by-case basis. This applies to requests for the use of OVW designated technical assistance funds to pay a consultant or contractor not designated as an OVW technical assistance provider to develop and or provide training and or technical assistance. Collaboration. Collaboration with your project partner is key. OVW encourages grantees to develop internal procedures to ensure all project partners are communicating on a regular basis. All partners should have a copy of the special conditions for their records. This will eliminate any disconnect about what is required under the LAV grants. Active communication is also encouraged with the OVW assigned program specialist. These slides provide a brief information of technical assistance providers that are available to all LAV grantees. These are the major LAVT projects, but there are many other OVWT projects that are relevant to LAV grantees and can be found on the TA to TA website and calendar, which is located at www.ta2ta.org. Please contact the ones listed if you are in need of guidance on issues regarding the LAV grant project. We don't bite. Your OVW program specialist is assigned to be there for your support and guidance. If you are ever unsure about your LAV grant project, never hesitate to reach out. Got questions? Well, unfortunately, we can't answer them now. It's pre-recorded, remember? But this slide provides you everything you need to reach us. Thank you again for your service to the community by providing victims with legal assistance.